This is getting boring.
We are all puppets on a string. You are nothing but a...
Did we seriously just step out of a phone booth?
We did. Wait, there is another way?
I don't have to answer that. What's it like on the other side?
Different. Hard to describe.
Just try. How does it feel? The transition, I mean.
Hans, we have no time for that right now.
Okay, maybe later then.
Listen. I came to you because I see something in you. You are different. Please help me to get home, and help your people by stopping that woman. I don't think she knows of the dangers she's going to unleash. Your world is going to collapse. Everything will collapse. Just look, we need to stop her.
But how? She's insane.
We need to come up with a quantum discriminator somehow.
I don't want to be here at all.
Yet here you are. Sorry, I need to take a short rest.
We could go to my room.
That would actually be awesome. If that's cool with you.
Follow me. Okay, I went over your plans, and I think I get the idea. It's pretty mind-boggling, but it could work. We need to improvise here and there. I found some scrap metal to roughly model a frame for the device.
Let's get it started then.
I'm afraid there are a few integral components that need to be swapped in, though.
Okay, what are we looking for?
First, we need a source of energy, a very strong source. Second, a particle accelerator. That's going to be a tough nut to crack. Third, a potent coolant. The whole thing could blow up otherwise. Number 4, last but not least, an interface to control the device. Any kind of peripheral will do.
Okay, how do we begin?
The order doesn't really matter. I'll go to the village. Maybe I can find some substitutes for the missing parts.
Good, just bring them over. I'm sure I can patch them together somehow.
Let's do this.
Thank you, Hans. I'd already be dead if it wasn't for you.
Oh, you. It wasn't that bad.
You are awesome. I just wanted you to know that I'm eternally grateful to have met you. All things considered, dying may not be as bad as I always thought it might be.
Don't you say that.
Even if I don't make it, you need to stop her. Promise?
I'm beginning my search right now. A small collection of hydrinos. A couple of self-sealing stem bolts. I don't even know where to begin.
Don't worry, you know it in theory. Now, the quantum discriminator emits a coherent Tetrian beam into the portal.
Projecting a metaphasing trajectory matrix.
Precisely. Then the projected tachyon pulses allow us to modulate the frequency in such a fashion that
the portal synchronizes with the exact temporal quantum coordinates. A rift in space-time.
Exactly.
This is sensational.
I thought you'd like it.
A cosmic slipstream capacitator. A hyperlogic coupler. An ectoplasm interference oscillator. An empty jar. Interphasic coil spanner, quantum flux regulator, ODN recoupler, scissors. It's an excerpt of the tongue. Gasoline powder. That's the toolbox I've borrowed from Trude. I wanted to return your fishing rod.
Good! Did you get a bite?
Kind of.
There is a lot going on in this lake, I can tell you, Professor. Just the other day, I caught a red herring this big. So, let me take a look for your pawned item. Ah, there you are. Here's your whistle.
Whistle?
Well, yes, your whistle.
This is not my whistle.
Not your whistle? Of course this is your whistle, your whistle.
I'm sure I'd recognize this whistle if it were my whistle. I left you something completely different.
Right. What was it then?
My, massage rod.
Your what? I don't have no massage rod in here. As I said, here is your whistle, Mr. Tannhauser.
Thanks. Truda?
So, Professor, did you take a look-see around the area?
You could definitely say so. You may call off the police.
How come?
No use staying on the case.
But the inspector is already on his way.
Then just call him off in person if he's early.
As you wish.
I would like to ask you something.
Oh yes, of course.
Does the name Lazarus Taft ring a bell with you?
Haft. Oh yes, indeed. Doppelkopf player. If you ask me, he's a sham. Ripped my guests off to the last penny. Shady type. You better not get involved with him.
Oh, I think I already... well... never mind.
I would like to ask...
Oh yes,
Would you mind looking for my real deposit?
come again.
My...
Your what?
Never mind. I'll be leaving the...
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser.
There's a brown tube inside. I could use it for the quantum discriminator. The kid will be traumatized for her entire life. I don't think I can do this. Hi, Lainey. What's cracking?
They are showing the Great Twilight Area Celebration Marathon today. 12 hours of bliss in a row.
They're having the ever-so-riveting town fair outside. Wouldn't you like to go out to the real world once in a while?
The real world is in there, can't you see?
But there is ice cream and cotton candy waiting outside.
I'll think about it. But for now, I need to keep on watching.
She's back in her parallel...
I don't want to take this with me. Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious case for the public health department. Locked.
Mr. Tannhauser? Step right up.
Hello. How do you know my name?
It's a small town, Penelope Hades. My sister and I run the boat rental over at the lake.
So, are there any prizes?
Our first prize is an all-day boat ride on the Trüberbrook.
So, are there any prizes?
Our first
How much for a ticket?
one ticket, 50 pfennigs. But I'm afraid all tickets have been sold.
Bummer.
I'm sorry.
I'll be leaving then. The mere thought of cotton candy makes me shiver. The real thing is just gross. If I keep going, there'll be no more prizes left for the rest of the competition. It's a shooting gallery for kids.
Patience, just a moment, pal.
Baron.
Mr. Tannhauser, good to see you.
The pleasure is all mine. How is Claus doing?
He is resting. My loyal Claus.
Are you enjoying the festivities?
Yes, take a look around. All these lights, the beautiful music. This is my Trüberbrook, in all its splendor and glory.
Have you ever heard the name Lazarus Tuft?
Taft, yes, a real good-for-nothing. It's not that I don't like strangers, especially if they come as tourists to my beautiful Trüberbrook, but I was suspicious of this Mr. Taft right from the beginning. If you ask me, you better not mingle with him.
Oh, I think I already... well... I need to be on my way.
Until next time, Mr. Tannhauser.
I'll have a cone of roasted almonds, please.
A cone of roasted almonds right away. There you are, sir.
Step right up! Step right up! Wanna put your brains to the test?
Why not?
Right, all right. That was, not so bad. Just between the two of us. You could use a little dose of vitamins, don't you think? Always remember, a healthy body equals a healthy mind.
Arr, beautiful here, ain't it?
Barry, what's a sailor man doing out here in the sticks?
Well, I don't like water that much. I'm just so happy to be here with both of my feet on dry land.
But aren't those stereotypical sailor's clothes you were wearing?
So?
What happened to your leg?
Well, that happened on my second job at the piano transportation company. I don't really want to go into details, but thanks to the mercy of a rueful instrument manufacturer, I got me this nice new leg. And due to a timely taken disability insurance, I now may enjoy a quite decent invalidity pension. Far away from the stormy sea.
That's a nice story. Or is it a sad story? I can't decide. So you have a fear of water?
Aye. Thalassophobia. It all started when I was a little boy, back home, on a sweet summer's day. I was swimming in the lake when my Uncle Ulf suddenly cannonballed in. I will always remember these two massive cheeks rapidly closing in. To be honest, it's still haunting me today. I nearly drowned back then. Later I realized that was the day I developed this terrible, terrible fear of everything deeper than a puddle.
I think I'm needed elsewhere.
Take care!
A leaden trophy. Like a trophy made out of lead.
Trüberbrook, County of Broken Länder, 1 kilometer, or 0.621371 miles.
Over here, little birdies. Whoops. I must have overfed them.
That's a ticket for the raffle. This must be my lucky day. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark.
The streetlight is flickering unsteadily, typical case of light pollution. I don't even know where to go.
Locked.
Step right up. Every ticket's a winner. No blanks, guaranteed. Our first prize is an all-day boat ride on the Trüberbrook.
See? I found a ticket.
Now look at that. You're a lucky fella. Now let's see what fortune has in store for you. Are you ready? This is your prize. A can of cat food. Generously provided by the Trüberbrook Advertisers Association.
Oh my. Thanks, I guess.
Well, enjoy. Every ticket's a winner. No blanks, guaranteed.
I'll be leaving. I think I haven't. Baron?
Mr. Tannhauser.
The pleasure is all. I saw you at the raffle, right? Did you win anything?
I won a pair of hiking boots. Take a look at me. How am I supposed to wander anywhere? You, on the other hand, Mr. Tannhauser, you look like the type to be struck by wanderlust once in a while. Auf dem gelben Wagen sitzt ich beim Schwager vorn. Ja, so war das. What about you? Did you have any luck with your ticket?
I won this.
Excuse me, is that cat food by any chance? I am asking on behalf of Klaus. He loves cat food. Would you mind making a trade?
What do you have in mind?
You leave this delicious can of cat food to Klaus and me, and in return, I give you this new pair of hiking boots, size 13. What do you think?
Sounds like a perfect deal. So let's make it so.
It will be to your benefit.
I just need a moment to reach operational temperature.
Step right, mister!
Is there a prize to be won?
Course. The winner of the night gets a trophy.
Oh, okay.
Right. That was, not so bad. Just between the two of us. You could use a little dose of vitamins, don't you think? Always remember, a healthy body equals a healthy mind.
If I keep going, it's a shooting gallery.
Nice evening for a walk, isn't it?
Eerie.
There's something in the air. Can you smell it?
Spruces, firs, pines. I was always bad at telling conifers apart.
Where spruces prickle, firs just tickle.
Fir? That's Tanne in German. Just like my name. Never thought about it.
Why? What's your name?
Tannhauser.
We'd pronounce it Tannhauser with an umlaut. German roots?
Yes, my grandpa. I'm not going to use this thing. The platform further uptown presents a wonderful view of the valley. Leaning on this rusty rail, nose to the wind, I can let my gaze wander freely to the other shore and across the mountains.
These things on the ground, we call them fir cones. As a matter of fact, though, they're actually spruce cones. Did you know that?
What do you mean, actually?
Well, fir cones come to pieces when they fall off the trees. Spruce cones stay intact. Some things, you have to see them. You're from around these parts?
No, just visiting. Getting accustomed to it, I guess.
Me neither. I come here for the beautiful view.
If I return to the portal empty-handed, no, not a...
Hey, get lost, you wet blankets!
There's a brown tube inside. I can't open it.
Truda?
Hello.
I'll be leaving.
Make your...
How are you holding up?
Don't worry about me.
You don't look so good. Sorry I said that.
No, it's cool, really. I get that.
So when you were talking about the outlines of reality...
Well, you can imagine it as a rift, a junction in space-time. Your mind enters a stage of near transcendence. There are no thoughts, no words, no sounds or visions, no sense of self. And suddenly, bam, you see a myriad of possibilities exploding right in front of you.
Can you elaborate?
I'm not an expert, but, well, I think it's coming from the neural network making up your consciousness. It temporarily disintegrates during the experience and then suddenly reintegrates. The real world, its outlines become somewhat twisted, warped. You may feel some sort of tranquility. Now that I think of it, yes, there's a certain peaceful quality to it. And a deep realization of cosmic quality when you see yourself reflected in the universe. It is an extraordinarily distinctive sensation. You have to try it sometime.
Like, say, an insubstantial, incorporeal blackness? Somewhat energetic? Astronomical? The void?
Exactly. How do you know that?
I think I've seen it. Please, go on.
See, you humans define yourself as some kind of entity that exists inside this corporeal shell. Kind of a consciousness that is somewhat attached to this bodily mass. Where it stems from and why it's there in the first place is totally abstract to you, right? And these two eyes of yours, they define the center of your cosmos, of your perception. Yet there is so much more. You humans need to understand that there's more to the perception of the universe. It's all there. You're just incapable of seeing it. distant stars and galaxies, sea beams, the Big Bang, all these things you're missing out on. In order to gain a higher understanding of things, the fabric of the universe, to understand the very meaning of your existence, you need to overcome that self-centered view. You have to see the whole picture. Hans, if I could just open your eyes.
You make it sound as if everything we did was wrong.
Let me put it this way. You have not experienced common people until you have heard it in the original by William Shatner.
About the quantum discriminator.
Yes?
I totally lost track. What was it I was looking for again?
Take a look at these plants, will you? We need a power source as strong as possible. If this was my dimension, I'd recommend using one of those handy 90,000 volt batteries. I'm afraid that's not an option.
Whew. That's a lot of juice we're needing.
We do need a particle accelerator as well. Has to be small enough to fit in there.
A brown tube, maybe? From a TV set?
Could work.
I just had an idea.
An interface to control the device. Get creative on that. A keyboard, buttons, any kind of interface.
I understand.
And a really potent coolant. It's going to burst if you can't keep the temperature low.
What do you have in mind?
Water won't do. Think of something.
Okay, I'll be back soon. What's that gooey stuff? Is that your blood?
Oh, my body is disintegrating.
What do you mean?
It is the effect one has to bear when staying in another dimension for too long.
Does it hurt?
Yes.
Interface.
It's an excerpt. Gasoline powder.
That's the toolbox I've borrowed from Trude. A couple of self-sealing stem bolts.
A small collection of...
That's a prototype of the Valentine.
It's the orgone collector.
Patience, just a moment, pal. I just need a moment to reach operational temperature.
I think I have enough.
Arr.
I saw you at the raffle, right? Did you win?
Arr. Just this voucher for a boat trip. Man, I hate water. You?
A pair of hiking boots, but they are too large for me. About the raffle, did you win?
Arr.
If I may ask, why did you become...
I asked this myself many times. Well, my mother insisted that it would be best for me to face my fears. So naturally, I became a sailorman.
This is so confusing.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
I think I'm needed elsewhere. Trude?
Hello.
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself...
Trude?
Oh.
I'll be...
Make your...
Hades, paddleboat. Trüberbrook. Hansen's ice cream. I used to love it when I was little.
Beverly, it is widely known that corvidae are quite sociable and intelligent beings. I recently became acquainted with no less than a swarm of these impressive singing birds. Sometimes, I wish I could be like them. If I could just fly south with them. I wonder if they would accept me as one of their own.
Now where would this lead to? Locked. They're having a blast out there.
Smoke?
No thanks, I quit.
The climate makes me feel a lot better, that's for sure. So what are you doing up here, all on your own? Fed up with all the hurly-burly down there?
I just like traveling. Always on the road, hiking and all that.
I saw you down there at the raffle.
Yes, I tried my luck.
Did you win?
Just a snuff box. Such a letdown. I've sworn off the devil's dealings. You?
I'm in possession of a pair of hiking boots.
Would you trade with me by chance? Your hiking boots in exchange for my snuff tobacco.
Fair enough.
Oh, thank you. How nice. And they're a perfect fit too.
So you're taking a break?
Oh, I lost my hiking boots. They just slipped over the railing. And now they're gone. If you ask me, we are really all in the same vast backyard. All this madness. Looking for some kind of meaning. Anything at all.
Sounds a bit like you're going through a life crisis.
Oh no. Quite the opposite is true. I gained insight. That's what I did. Insight. Exactly. That's it.
I've got to go.
Okay, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Finally, I can hear the call.
Farewell.
Patience.
About the raffle, did you win?
Arr, just this voucher for a boat trip. Man, I hate... you?
I won this. What do you have in mind?
Would you like to have the voucher in exchange? You know, the one for the boat trip, on that lovely lake. That's what I got at the raffle tonight.
That's from the local boat rental.
Yes! Do you want it?
Okay, let's make it so.
All right. Deal.
I won this voucher in the raffle.
I know.
How can you know?
Yeah, my sister told me. She's hosting the raffle booth tonight.
Who would have thought?
Hey, sweetheart.
Good evening. How much for the swimming animals?
Oh, just pick one. The season is over, and I have a gut feeling dinosaurs will be out of fashion next year anyway. My bet is on...
Extraterrestrials.
maybe, yeah.
I'll be leaving. It doesn't look all too seaward. There's a leak in the bow, and the paddle wheel seems to...
Hey, sweetheart.
Good evening. About the paddle boat over there, it doesn't seem particularly seaworthy.
Why? What's wrong with it?
I think it has a leak. The paddle wheel isn't in good condition either, if you ask me.
Oh my, you see, I'm afraid it's the last of its kind. Its friends are already lined up at the dry dock. Do you think you could help me fix it? I can't really leave my post right now.
I'll have a look at it. This should fix the leak. It's much too cold to go for a
Sorry about the pedal boat. You were really looking...
To be honest, yeah, I was.
I'm gonna write you a voucher for a whole weekend during the next season, okay?
But I don't even know if I'll ever return. I'll be leaving. It doesn't look all too seaworthy. I already fixed the leak, but it has no paddle wheel.
I just need a moment to reach operational temperature.
I think I have enough.
There's a brown tube inside. I could use it for the quantum discriminator. I can't open. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the...
Truda?
Hello, Professor.
I'll be...
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser.
The mere thought of cotton candy makes...
Keep out. Packets and groceries delivery. Whistle 2 times, leave delivery on doormat, and exit the area. No advertisements.
Beverly, my image of this innocent place has been tainted. I found a trash dump right in the middle of these woods, probably long established by the locals. The question arises, who would sink so low?
Hey, sweetheart.
Good evening. I'll be leaving.
It's much too cold to go for a swim right now. Locked.
The perfect
Gotcha! This is private property, and you're obviously on my turf. This time, boy, you've chosen the wrong neighborhood.
Forgive me, I didn't mean to disturb.
Didn't you read the sign?
Signs? Which signs?
Very funny. You're one of them. I know. Confess.
One of them? Oh no, not again. Okay, I'll tell you once and for all, I'm not an alien. I don't care what you believe.
A what? An alien? Ha! Now you think you've been clever, don't you?
No, sir. And just in case you want me to take part in any tests, let me tell you.
You government guys are getting more and more annoying.
Wait, government guys?
I already told you guys last time. Not on my watch. Name and rank soldier. You're with the CIA, BND, HVA, FBI, NSA. Spit it out!
Name's Tannhauser. I'm a quantum physicist on vacation.
Liar! That's ridiculous! You better tell me the truth, or else... Say something!
What's with your squirrel?
That's Drowsy. He's me friend, sleepy fella. Okay, I guess you're right. The quality of your lies doesn't imply a higher intelligence at work. Quite the opposite, in fact. So, what are you doing here anyway? The truth this time, the whole story!
Well, it all began a few weeks ago when I got this notification that said I won a trip to Europe. I was stunned, but Aunt Lottie gave her blessings. A prize like this should not be forfeited, she said. I might even be able to discover some distant relatives. Also that I deserved a break. She only wished for me to return safe and sound. So after a brief visit to Berlin, I began my journey. And that's how I ended up here.
Interesting story. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I'm inclined to believe you. Now, about the part with the Millennium Cooperative, I always had the impression that something wasn't quite right with them.
Well then, bye.
Feel free to visit me anytime. We can go into all the details. Name's Lessing, by the way.
Special Agent Hans Tannhauser. I'm with the FBI.
Very.
So why are you living out here on your own?
The government obviously believes that I'm a threat. So they declared me insane and put me in the sanitarium. Back in the days when it used to be a real sanitarium, before the cooperative took over. When things went down the drain, I realized that people like me have no place in a society like this. People like me have to disappear. Go undercover. We have to resist until our day comes.
I think if...
Feel free to...
This should suffice for a paddle wheel.
It's much... Ahoy.
The woods surrounding Trüberbrook emanate a dreary sense of blandness. I've rarely ever been engulfed in a more terrifying, dreadful environment. Not to mention there is a green glow spreading through the fenwoods. Interesting. Beverly, I took a paddle boat and ventured forth towards the final frontier of this region, a forlorn swamp of ancient origin. On my way, I came across the mortal shell of a lost wanderer. Whether he was led astray by a wisp or fell victim to this region's mythical beast, the hook elf, remains a mystery to be disentangled. I can only hope to be spared of such misfortune. Let's see if he had anything on him. Only if it helps to clear his identity, of course. An old rusty key. Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm not feeling too well. I can't reach them from here. Beverly, I now stand right in front of the legendary Trüberbrook specimen. This close, I find it all the less surprising people here have cultivated the myth of a sea monster. Ahoy!
You fixed the boat! How can I ever thank you?
Don't worry about it.
No, I insist. Please take this as a symbol of my appreciation.
This postcard will help me find my way around. Thanks.
Hey, sweetheart.
Good evening. I'll be...
Patience.
Anything?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
I'll be...
Make your...
Perfect fit. Beverly, I have unearthed the gate to a sealed crypt, the cellar of this lodge. My descent begins. This is what Professor Liddenbrock must have felt when he climbed down the Snæfellsjökull. I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. Trüberbrook's finest dry yeast. Malt. It's a recipe for Bolzenschuss schnapps. Top secret. Let's see. Fruit, add malt, add yeast, season with a pinch of slumber morel. Dead simple. I need to find a way to ignite the gas. Fire making first. Trüberbrook Pilsen beer, export. For the stout. It's top nut at seated. Truda? I'll be...
Make...
How are you holding up?
Don't worry.
So what do we do?
First, second, save third, save Lazarus tap.
That's a prototype of the Valentine.
A hyperlogic cup. They're having a blast out. It's the orgone collector. What's that? What do you...
It is the...
Does it hurt?
Look who we've got here.
I see you're making good use of those boots.
These boots are made for walking. Thanks again.
My pleasure.
You're looking a bit pale, if I may say so. Here, have one of these. They always work for me.
Vitamin pills?
Si, claro. They get the juices flowing and make you look gorgeous. All based on herbal essences.
Thanks. I have to be going.
See you later.
A shopping list. Rash. I'd rather not. Self-defense. No way. Brass is my kryptonite. And contact allergies are nothing to joke about. Detailed blueprints for a bunker layout. Odd.
The landscape vaguely reminds me of home.
Special Agent Hans Tannhauser. I'm with the FBI. What do you know about the Millennium Cooperative?
I know they're a bunch of powerful people. A secret society, like the Freemasons or the Illuminati. They surely build something fishy up there in the mountains. I always knew it.
Crikey. You must have been down the deepest depths of the rabbit hole.
Of course I have. If you look at the ancient Sumerian and Babylonian writings, you will see a pattern emerge that... Ah! You hear that hum? Stop it! Make it stop! Stop, stop, stop! It's them! They try to slowly drive me insane with their atomic radiation!
Ever heard the term
Of course! In theory, the Saturn portal describes a kind of interdimensional opening. A gate to the stars, like a crossroads or a junction in space-time.
That sounds familiar. I think I've heard enough.
Feel free.
Step right up! Step right up! Mister, want to test your strength again?
Why not?
Wow, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think we have a new champion. Congratulations. Here, this is your prize.
A leaden trophy. Like a trophy made out of lead.
This one's a real beauty.
Thanks.
I just need a moment.
I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. I need to find a way to... Fire making first. It's a recipe for Bolzen Schuss Tapsmet Froide. I can't reach them.
Good idea, Hans, but that doesn't work at all. Good idea, Hans, but that doesn't work at all.
He won't be needing these anymore.
I can probably...
Something's glowing green. Ahoy. I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. I need to find a way to ignite the gas. I need to find a way to ignite the gas. Fire making first. Truda?
Hello.
Would you mind looking for my real deposit?
Come again? Your what?
Never mind.
I would like to ask you something.
Oh, yes, of course.
Got a light?
Sure.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's a drunkard. He's also not the most reliable type of person, if that counts as a feat. As you see, he's just left me here alone with all this work that needs to be done.
Can you give me a description?
Should you run into him, is that why you are asking? Tall grown, beardy type, red nose, always wearing those yellow rubber boots. Why do you want to know?
I think I may have met him. I found his mortal remains out there in the mire. I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
My condolences.
Oh, Heinz. Poor old Heinz. Rest in peace. Can't say I'm really surprised. Thank you very much. I will inform the inspector immediately. At least he didn't take the long trip for nothing then.
I'll be...
Make yourself...
I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. The recipe mentions fruit to be fermented. The recipe mentions... I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. The mere thought of cotton candy makes me shiver.
Patience, just a moment, pal.
These fruits are mine to pick up. I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. The recipe mentions... This looks promising. Only one more ingredient. If only I had slumber morels like they mentioned in the recipe. If only I... Truda?
Hello,
I would like to ask...
Oh, yes.
I'll
make your...
The next city is like 1,000 miles away. A nation split in two. I can't reach them. Ahoy. I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. Yikes! I'm going to take a sample for science. Whoa, that is some mean spirit. Alcohol? Never again. Wasn't I carrying some cool gadgets in my pockets earlier? What the? Wow.
God bless, what's this? Did you ever see the likes of it?
What's going on? Where are you heading?
No time to lose. Don't you see the cold front? I have to go to the weather station.
There's a weather station here?
Well, yes. Don't be silly.
What was that?
Arr.
What happened to your leg? What happened?
And you.
I think I. This one is on you, boys.
Exactly what I need. Thanks. Enjoy the show.
End of the world or not, I can't miss this gig.
The band, they're still playing their sad song.
My God. Like I lost the note, and I stepped out in the graveyard in search for a home.
The band,
And I found lost in my car in the graveyard of my dreams. I got lost in the forest in search of my ease, and it could be so good, and it could be so fine. And if you help me to forget you, then I'll make you mine.
the band, they're still playing their sad song.
Out of your slumber, your world an instrument, and galaxies are like diamonds in the palm of his hands. The willows are forever weeping. The woods are dark and deep. You're in a cosmic raffle. Nothing is ever as it seems. And it could be so good. And it could be so fine. And if you help me to forget you, then I'll make you mine.
The band, they're... There is no bad weather, only the wrong clothes. I wholeheartedly have to agree with this saying, Beverly. I am standing on top of the Klumpen, apparently the highest elevation within the surrounding low mountain range. If you wanted to, you could describe the clothes that I'm wearing as perfectly unfit for the current weather conditions. After a short walk, I have reached the local weather station. It's merely a conventional weather balloon, not a flying saucer. Hello?
Good morning. I didn't see you at all. Please excuse the frosty welcome. Madonna Lücke. I'm with the Meteorological Society.
Tannhauser. My pleasure. For how long have you been out here?
In Trüberbrook, you mean? The project is running for 6 months now.
So what's the weather up to these days?
Just look. The weather's gone completely mad. I just can't make any sense of it. How did that go again? When thunder in September rumbles?
Next year will be woe and jumbles?
Yes, that's it, exactly. Okay, what about, September winds, believe me now?
Brings icy soil that's hard to plow?
Yes, that's it, exactly.
So what are you doing here?
I'm observing the weather.
So anything interesting about the weather?
Well, actually I'm in Trüberbrook because the weather here is so inconspicuous. Quite your statistical average weather, if you will. But this afternoon I was thunderstruck. The ordinariness has disappeared.
And now the ice is cracking under your feet?
Exactly. And I'm in a haze how that's even possible.
It's dawning on me what you're trying to say.
I see. You're slowly thawing, huh?
I'll be leaving then. Pardon me, is that helium in your tank by any chance?
Exactly. To fill the weather balloons.
I prefer to remain on solid ground in this kind of... In Trüberbrook, up on the Klumpen top, the art of meteorology is in full swing. The current microclimatic developments in this area seem to have sparked scientific interest. How are you holding up?
Don't worry about...
Okay. I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. I'm going to take a sample. Whoa, that is some mean spirit. Alcohol? Never again. Wasn't I carrying some cool gadgets in my pockets earlier? What the? Wow.
God bless, what's this? Did you ever see the likes of it?
What's going on? Where are you heading?
No time to lose. Don't you see the cold front? I have to go to the weather station.
There's a weather station here?
Well, yes. Don't be silly.
What was that? They won't be needing this anymore. Perfect. An important component of the quantum discriminator. How are you?
Don't.
Okay.
That should work. Neat. That's a good start, isn't it? 3 pieces left.
Right, another pinch of calcium.
How are you holding up?
Don't worry.
Okay.